We're in the backyard and it's all about science. We're having some fun. Liz, we're combining science with art right now?
Yeah, what's better than that? Who likes science?
Me!
Who likes art?
Me!
Yeah, okay.
I'm scared of science.
No, you shouldn't be.
Okay, all right.
This is science. It's cornstarch and water. How scary is that?
It's not scary.
Not
I have
scary.
those things in my own kitchen.
Totally.
So I love, you gave me a little preview of this project. It's gonna get messy. Who wants to get messy?
Me!
Perfect. But this is from your Outdoor Science Lab for Kids book, which I love.
Thank you.
And Chandler loves.
Yay.
So we are here with some special friends today, and they're going to help us with a project.
Yes, in fact, I'm going to have them get started while I talk about the project.
Okay.
So can you guys measure 1 1/2 cups of water into that pan there? So I gave them each, always let kids do the measuring. It's good for their math skills,
It's
right?
good practice. It's good
fun.
It's actually great for fine motor too, because it's hard to pour just a cup.
Yes.
So.
And what's great is it doesn't have to be exact. So we're going to get as close as we can, but go ahead and you can pour it over the pan too in case it spills. So we are going to mix together cornstarch and water to make a non-Newtonian fluid.
Non-Newtonian?
Non-Newtonian. All that means is it doesn't really act the way you would expect a fluid or a solid to act.
Is it like a colloid?
That is an excellent question. It is not that I'm aware of a colloid. That's okay. Now dump it in.
Yeah, perfect.
But it's called a shear thickening fluid. So the faster you move it, the thicker it gets. Okay, now here's the fun part. See that cornstarch there? Can you guys dump that into the pan?
The kids have done a great job of measuring a 1/2 cup plus 1 cup, making 1 1/2 cups of water into this container. What's next, Liz?
Next, they are going to take a full container of cornstarch. I forget how many ounces it is. It's in the book.
Wait,
and
a full like
let's
this
see.
whole thing?
16 ounces of cornstarch, and they are going to put it down right by the water, put it all the way down there, and then you are going to pour it into the water. Go ahead and mix it in, and then mix it up with your hands. And what you're going to discover is that it's really hard to mix because it has this shear thickening quality. So it gets thicker the more you move it around.
Yep.
So go ahead, guys. Don't be afraid. Get your hands in there and mix it together.
It's getting really messy here.
It does. So keep mixing it. Keep mixing it and mixing it until it's a uniform consistency.
It's so hard.
Is it going to make like a clay or something?
No, it's not actually going to make a clay, but it's going to make something that sort of mimics the plaster that they used in real frescoes.
Okay.
So artists used to make frescoes using clay, lime, and sand. And they would put it on a wall and paint small areas while it's still wet.
Wow.
And when it's exposed to the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, keep mixing, guys, keep mixing.
Oh, I see some powder in there. Okay.
It actually hardens and it can last for thousands of years. So if you do it right, you get this long-lasting art. This won't last for thousands of years. In fact, the great thing about it is when you put the food coloring on and let it dry, it makes sort of like a fresco, but then you can hose it off your sidewalk.
So this.
Okay, so that's okay. Hold it over the container. Now see what happens. Can you put some in your hand? It looks like a liquid, right? But what happens if you move it around? Can you roll it into a ball? Check this out. Can you roll it into a ball? Look at that.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Can you see that? So it makes a ball, but then when I let it relax, it looks more like a fluid,
So
right?
it's like the melting elf and snowman.
Did you see that, Emerson?
It's like what?
The melting elf and snowman at Critter Kid stuff.
Oh, is it? Maybe it is. Very
a little
cool.
bit like that.
Okay, so this looks great, you guys. It's crazy. Okay, can you help me? The next thing we're gonna do is we are going to pour it. I'm gonna let you guys do this here. Can you come around over by her and help pour it
All right.
onto the sidewalk? Here. I'm gonna come around over here. Okay,
Hey, Ava,
here,
why
can you
don't
come around to
stand
this
up?
side so you don't step in the food coloring? Okay.
I can't. You're getting it all.
It's all happening right now. Science.
This is why we're
at
doing
its
it
best.
outside. Okay, so we're pouring it onto the sidewalk. We're making our fresco.
Oh my gosh, look at my.
And we're gonna let it sort of, yeah, why don't you help it along? Isn't this the best stuff to play with ever?
Yeah.
Can you guys see this? Okay. And then we're gonna let it flatten out. Okay, I think that's good. We don't have to worry about getting every single ounce of it.
We're gonna get every single ounce.
Okay.
They're getting it all.
All right. Get it all. Oh my gosh, they are clawing it out of there.
Okay.
Okay, can you guys all reach this? The next thing we're gonna do is we are going, nope, don't use your fingers. We're gonna take toothpicks and watch what happens. Now take your hands off of there You are going to paint designs on it. How cool is that?
Awesome.
Okay, so who wants a toothpick?
Me.
Okay.
Me.
Oh, you guys, this looks great.
So did you know that Leonardo da Vinci was not very good at making frescoes?
No,
He didn't quite use the right chemistry, and that's why the Last Supper is falling off the wall in Milan.
I did not know
A
that.
little known fact.
That is cool. It creates basically a canvas
Yes.
on your driveway.
Yes.
Yeah, yes,
And
it
you
actually
can,
does.
and you can actually let it dry. Kids can watch. They can observe it and see what happens as it dries. But I like this project because it's fun to play with as you're making the goo. It's fun to play with the goo, and then you can take this second step of making it into an art project.
It's really cool.
You guys, that looks really good. So what happens is the food coloring, the goo has a consistency, so the food coloring can't move very far. It kind of
Right.
stays. Your designs kind of stay in place.
It's really cool.
Look at mine.
Who can make a sunshine for me?
Me. What is that?
I like the heart.
We've made a mess here,
Huge mess.
which is fine. I like messes.
I do too.
But how do we clean this up?
So I would recommend a garden hose.
Oh, just wash it away?
Yep. So I would do this in a spot where you're not worried about getting food coloring on, a new driveway or something.
Right.
Find some blacktop or find an old stone to do it on. If you want to be neater, you can even do it in the container where you make the goo.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can bring it indoors on a rainy day.
I was just gonna say, this could be an indoor project, maybe.
absolutely.
It'd be really cool to make. You could leave it in that tub
Yeah.
and settle, and then just draw on
And
it.
just draw on it. Yeah. So,
Ava, that's awesome.
but kids have a lot of fun with the garden hose too. So,
yeah,
get out the hose, let them clean
Yeah,
it up.
cleaning's always more fun when you have a lot of water and a hose
yeah.
that you can aim at adults.
And brothers and sisters
yeah,
to,
yeah, and a hot
spray
day.
it on. And a hot day.
Liz, this was a lot of fun. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah. I made brown.
You made brown? Oh, also the color mixing.
Oh, color mixing. Yeah.
It's fun.
It's another great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Liz, thank you. This was a ton of fun, and I think the kids are still having fun.
Thanks for letting me come out and make a mess.
Yeah.